Hey everyone, it's Kevin from GetKevInsight.com. So today, we got to talk about a hard thing, boundaries. Especially us empaths. If you're watching this now, I'm sure you are. Um, we want to help everybody. We want to take care of everyone. When we feel that energy of someone who is in need, we feel that urgency probably even more than other people. We just feel it probably 20 times more, or even more than that. And it can be very intense. And the need to drop everything in your life and to help that person immediately, that's something that we go through on a regular basis. We don't want to see someone in pain. We don't want to see someone hurting. We want to be able to help them right away. The problem is that we forget ourselves. So even if we're in the middle of something that's really important to us, we'll feel pressured just internally to drop what we're doing and help that person. And we have to be careful about doing that because we matter too. Our own energy matters too. That's why we have to have boundaries in place. Because if we took care of everyone that needed our help immediately, when would we have time for ourselves? When would we have time to help ourselves? Because we don't have perfect lives. We need to take care of our own important things too. I know the other day I was working out. And I'm trying to lose some weight. And so, during that time, that's my time. That's my time when I don't stop, you know? And I got a message from someone that asking for help. And my first initial reaction was to stop working out and immediately help them. That was my first reaction. I need to help this person. This feels urgent. I need to do this. I'll get off this elliptical and begin. And instead, what I needed to do is I took a deep breath and I said, listen, if this was an emergency, there are emergency services that are available, that are free services that the person could use. I am not an emergency service. And I have to remember that in my head. I'm not an emergency service. I help people look deeply within their shadow selves to find out what's going on so that they can live happier and more fulfilled lives. That's what my tarot and oracle cards normally are for. It's not for urgent situations. It's not even for future, like fortune telling. I don't do that either because futures can shift and change very quickly. Most of the time with things that are out of our control. And when that happens, our path shifts a little bit. We do get back on track eventually, but that's too hard, in my opinion, to say to somebody. I don't give definites because it can't be definite, because futures shift. So what I do is it's kind of like a spiritual therapy session where we can talk about the past, what's been going on with you currently, and we're able to move forward. And it's almost basically like a therapy session where it can help you to reflect. Tarot and oracle cards are amazing at helping you open your eyes and reflect. And through reflection, you can heal. But this is not an emergency service. This is not an emergency type of deal. Same thing with therapy. As much as you want your therapy to be on call 100% of the time, they're not, And that's when we have to rely on emergency services, actual emergency services. So I'm on the treadmill. I'm on the elliptical and I'm doing my workout for 30 minutes. I get this message and I immediately go, I have to help this person. They need my help. I need to get off this elliptical and do whatever I can to help this person. It was, I felt the urgency in my body. And because we feel that energy within us, we feel this urgency to help because we feel that energy inside of us. Instead, I had to take a deep breath. I had to do some deep breathing while I was on the elliptical, even deeper than I was breathing on the elliptical. And I needed to remind myself that I'm not an emergency service. I'm not here to be an emergency service. I'm here to help guide people through their situations that they're dealing with internally in a non-emergency way. So that is really important for all of us empaths to remember that we need to take care of us first, ourselves first. It's, again, I say this all the time, and I'm going to say it again because I think it's so important, this visual of the airplane. You know, when the oxygen masks come down, we have to help ourselves first before we can help the person next to us. No matter how much we feel our first, instinct is to help them, we're no good if we are unconscious. So we need to help ourselves first. So these boundaries have to be set in place for our own good. Because we're no good to anybody if we don't take care of ourselves first. So what boundaries do you need to put in place today? Reflecting on this, looking back on things that you've done for other people, what boundaries do you need to consider putting in place now? And it's not to be cruel. It's not that you don't care about the person. It's that without these boundaries, your energy is at stake. Your personal time that is meaningful to you, that is helpful to you, that is healing you, is at stake. And it's really important to protect ourselves in that way. You will help the person when you are able, and that person has to understand it. Because if it is that urgent, there are services for that. Free services that are willing and ready and able to help immediately. But you aren't that person unless you're in one of those jobs. But you aren't that person. So anyway, I hope this helped you. I hope this resonated with you. If it did, please like, share, and subscribe. And we'll talk to you soon. Sending you so much strength and so much love. All right, take care. Bye-bye.